is a Canadian amateur boxing promoter, all the way from Canada. Has lived, of course, here before in Kenya. So he's just a Kenyan. Ni venye tu asijampatia jina ya Omondi ama Onyango. But of course, he's a Kenyan who definitely has a heart for Kenya. However, he's been in Canada for a while, has done boxing, participated in boxing, taken himself in different bouts in boxing. Now he wants to give back to the community, to a country, of course, that has welcomed him. And that's why Moses, after getting a lot of training, of course, in boxing in Canada, is now giving back to some top clubs that are nurturing talent, boxing talent in Kenya. And one of them, of course, is Ruaraka Boxing Club right here in the capital, Nairobi. And of course, we have those pictures. They are on. My director, Manuel, will be able to play them. Moses, it's a pleasure to have you. But let me ask you, of course, last time out, those are the pictures we have, of course, on your screen. Why Ruaraka Boxing Club?
It's really a funny story. I'm glad you asked.
Yes.
First of all, I want to say thank you for having me on the show.
You're
It's
welcome.
a pleasure to be here.
You're welcome.
Yes, I have been in Kenya before 27 years ago,
Yes.
and I moved to Canada, and I became a box in Canada, and I boxed for Canada, and I did really well.
Yes.
And I want to give back to the community. You know, I feel that we as citizens, we as humans in this earth, it is our job to become a better person and give back to our community. And I, of course, have a heart for Kenya because I used to live here. So I want to give back to Kenya by establishing an international boxing relationship between Canada and Kenya. And Ruaraka Boxing Club was the first one to respond when I started looking for boxing clubs in Kenya. And Jonte was right up there.
What did you give them? I've seen, of course, these pictures that are running. What did you bring them, or what were these? Of course, I can see here you're offering skills to the young ones.
Yes, I brought a bag of equipment, some training hand wraps and some uniforms and some gloves, the basic things that anybody would need in order to train. So I brought that to them. But then I also want to show them that I'm not just another person showing up from the streets. I actually know how to box and I know how to teach. So I grabbed the skipping rope and I did some skipping and I did the hand targets with them and just kind of get involved with them.
How long are you intending to, of course, to do this?
For as long as I can.
Yes.
I'm here until November 1st, and then I'm going back to Canada. But I'm here and I'm meeting with the president of Box Kenya and Nairobi County Boxing Association and Box Girls as well, because I'm doing another project with the Box Girls. So I'm doing all the meetings and I'm making all the connections so that when I go back to Canada, we can put together a team. And next year we want to bring the team down here to experience Africa, to experience Kenya.
How will a boxer, a local boxer, for example, from Ruaraka Boxing Club, benefit from this initiative? Will you one day, of course, give them opportunities to box in Canada? Will you perhaps, and that's basically what the guys in Ruaraka are asking, I'm sure, right now.
You know, and that's all I do. That's all I'm going to do is give you the opportunity to make something out of yourself through the sport of boxing. You know, boxing is a very physically demanding sport. It's a one-on-one sport. But through the sport of boxing, I made something for myself. And I believe that those kids can make something for themselves. They can become anything they want if they choose, if they put the mind to it. So by going in there and working with them, I like to show them that, look at me, if I can do it, you can do it. The world is your stage. Pull your own strings.
Most definitely. And of course, how is Canadian boxing compared to ours?
Compared to
Our boxing
to Kenyan boxing,
Yes.
I really can't say that because I have not seen any elite caliber level Kenyan boxers yet. But I know from history that Kenya has a very good boxing program and good boxers out of it. And Canada's very structured boxing program. We have a very great boxing program all the way from the provincials to the national level. And what I'm looking to do is bring in the elite caliber athletes from Canada to come and box in Kenya against the best that Kenya has to offer.
Most definitely. And of course, Ruaraka means, is it the only one boxing club that you intend to focus on, or you will, with time, perhaps shift to others? you're just starting, first of all? With Ruaraka?
Absolutely not. I'm not just with Ruaraka Boxing Club. That's just my starting point. My goal is I want to work with as many boxing clubs in Nairobi, in Kenya, as much as I possibly can. So if the opportunity can present itself, I'm more than willing to do that.
Most definitely. And of course, long term, definitely there will be an exchange program between these two countries. If, of course, you've met with the boxing leadership in the country. Do you see any challenges forthcoming? Have you seen any?
Yes, I do see challenges, but I also, anything is doable.
Yes.
You know, anything is attainable. Canada, if I can come here, if I can go to Canada, why can't you go to Canada? It's not hard. It's just a matter of knowing what needs to be done, and we can do it. If we can actually have a boxing team from Kenya go to Canada and train for a couple of months, we can do student exchange. We can do so many things, but everything begins with a small step. So you got to start somewhere, and then opportunities will present itself.
True. Of course, your memorable career moment, especially in boxing, when was it? Have you ever been floored? Have you ever floored someone?
Have I?
What are your memorable points in boxing?
No, I have not knocked somebody out, but I have stopped somebody. I've stopped a few boxers, and I've made it all the way to nationals and Olympic qualifiers, you know, and that was where I stopped.
Most definitely. Moses, where can people find you on social media? It's very important, you know, in this day and age, definitely people really communicate on social media. Where can
Absolutely.
most of these boxing clubs find you on social media? How active are you? Yeah, definitely. So at least they can be able to get in touch with you.
You can get a hold of me on Facebook. Yeah. Just look under Moses from Canada. Also, I have my boxing club, New Line Boxing Academy, and it's on Facebook. And I'm on Twitter under New Line Boxing Academy. Instagram, you can find me at New Line Boxing Academy. So I'm everywhere.
Definitely.
If you can't find me, just Google Moses. Trust me, I'll come up.
New Line, at New Line Boxing Academy.
Yeah.
That's on Twitter, on across social
Twitter,
media.
Instagram, Facebook, and yeah, that's about all the three that I have.
Most definitely. Moses. You know now, of course, where to find him. And if you are an enthusiast in boxing, or you want to be a boxer, you want to be the likes of Fatuma Zarika, you want to be the likes of Okwiri, you want to fight like Motwiri, you want to fight like Nagisharu, definitely we have someone definitely who can give you a step towards your dream. Thank you so much, Moses, for making time. And it's not the first time or the last time that we'll be coming, of course, to Kenya to assist Ruaraka and many other clubs. There are more times, and definitely we'll be able to, of course, highlight some of your activities that you do. Thank you for making time.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much, Fiona, for ensuring the guest comes here. And we have also another Moses Radido.
Yes.
Radido, of course, also helps a good friend Moses in his activities in boxing. So, of course, now you know, only here on K24 Sports Hub, this way, of course, you find this kind of stuff. You cannot find them anywhere else. That's what, of course, my director, Moses Monyole, has told you, Albert. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
This, of course, is where I wind up K24 Sports Hub. Good afternoon.